All right, here we go. So, have a blanket. If you have a blanket, put a blanket on your chair, a thick blanket, like so. Make sure you're muted so that your audio is not on the videotape, on the recording, I mean. All right. So then, sitting on the blanket, move the butt flesh back, and spread the chest open. So we always start off with this kind of rope one chest opening. The feet wide, knees wide, and then the trunk coming forward. Use this action to stretch out the muscles of the shoulder, the arm, and to pull the shoulder blades in. Make sure that you're not pushing your lumbar forward, but that the buttock flesh lengthens down so that the lumbar is neutral. And then come on back. We're going to do 2 more times. Now, the more you scoot back, the more intense the forward bend, the shoulder opening. So if it's too intense, then sit more forward. If you want more intensity, then you can sit more back. Okay, come up and rest, and we'll do 1 more time. Also, if you hold low on the back of the chair, then it's less intense. If you hold high on the back of the chair, it's more intense. So just notice those things, and you can control the level of intensity. And then come back. You grip the front feet of the chair with your inner heels like this to stabilize the pelvis, and then swing your arms up into Urdhva Hastasana. Reach up higher and higher, get longer through the trunk, then interlock your fingers and go back up. Reach to the heels of the hand, spread through the skin of the palm. Change the interlock, and then go back up. Urdhva Hastasana, Urdhva Baddha Kolyasana. All these are really simple things that you can do throughout the day. And then exhale, arms out to the sides, and come on down. Coming up to your feet. Let's have the chair, if you can put the chair to a wall or some heavy furniture, do that, and then let's take Adho Mukha Svanasana. Extending through the arms, extending through the backs of the legs, spread through the backs of the thighs. Can you recreate the effect of the shoulders and the spine in your back that you had a moment ago in the chair rope one, we'll call it. Grip the arms into the shoulder sockets, grip the triceps in, the biceps in. And then come forward into Uttanasana. You can put height on your chair if you want, blankets or bolster. You could have your arms straight or head down. You can rest your forehead on your forearms. Chair Uttanasana. See that the hips are over the heels. So in Adho Mukha Svanasana, the hips are in front of the heels. In Uttanasana, the hips are over the heels. So before class, we were talking about the kind of questions that are up in the air as we await the election next week. And I think that the purpose of yoga in these times is to really bring stability to the mind so that we don't get carried away with any potential, any fear, anxiety, but that we can stay clear-headed. We can stay calm and clear-headed, which is going to serve us in any possible situation, any circumstance. And inhale, come on up. With the palms on the seat of the chair, Bring the left foot forward and the right foot back for Parsvottanasana. So gripping the quadricep of the front leg, press the right thigh back, the center of the right thigh back, and then draw the left outer hip back and open through the back of the left leg. Go ahead and change legs. Keep your hands on the chair, change legs. So now the right foot comes forward, left foot comes. See that both legs are straight. It's this pose isn't going to stretch the hamstrings if the legs are not straight. If it's difficult to straighten the legs, you can take the hands higher, like up onto the top of the chair. You could even turn the chair around. Keep pulling the right outer hip back, the left inner thigh back. Bring your attention to the top of the kneecap and press the top of the kneecap back to the back of the knee. Repeat the first side. Left foot forward, right foot back. And maybe you can push the chair a little bit forward. It's up to you, but you could try pushing the chair or back away from the chair. If the chair is against the wall, you can back away from the chair to intensify the pose to come deeper into the forward bend, or you could stay close to the chair if you need that support in order to keep the legs straight and the spine straight. Change legs. So gripping the quadricep, especially at the stem of the front leg. The back leg straightens pretty easily in this pose, but the front leg is reluctant to straighten. So you have to bring that awareness and straighten out the front leg so that the hamstring can reach back. Then come back into Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Have the feet behind the hips, elongating through the trunk. It's also fine to rest your head here. You could put a bolster to rest your head. That's kind of a somewhat more restorative version. Good during menstruation and pregnancy. And that's also fine. Now step forward and step the legs wide. And take Prasarita Padottanasana. So the hips over the heels. And you can rest your head here also. See that the hips are directly in line with the heels and the legs are straight. Use as much support as you need. See that the back waist is lifting so that the lumbar is not being strained here at all. Lindsay, it looks like the left outer thigh needs to pull in more. It looks like the right buttock might be dropping. That's better. Yeah. So, yeah, keep pulling that left outer thigh in. What happens during pregnancy is that all the ligaments get looser in preparation for childbirth, but it's can cause a lot of pain. It can cause discomfort in the mom, and so important to keep the legs strong and the muscles firm, the ligaments stable while you go through the entire rest of pregnancy. a lot of these poses also will really strengthen and tone the pelvic floor, which is what you need in order to have a birth that is not painful, a childbirth that's not too much of a strain. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about childbirth, and I will say that it doesn't have to be traumatic. It doesn't have to be a totally medical procedure. It doesn't, it's intense, but we don't necessarily have to associate it with pain. And then come on up and step in. And I know that goes against what we've been told culturally, but I really don't think that childbirth is meant to be, after I've had 3 kids, 2 of them home births, I really don't think that childbirth is meant to be torture. I think it's a beautiful event, and yes, there's a lot of sensation, but I don't think of, when I think about childbirth, pain is not the first thing that comes to mind. It's like, I mean, there's intense sensation. Okay, so now from here, let's take some seated poses. So take your left leg up like this. And then take your right leg out to the side. I'm sitting up on a blanket, I hope you noticed. So I suggest sitting up on a blanket or even a block, because that will help you to get more space in the pelvis and more space in the groins and hips. Okay, so the right leg, I'm mirroring you. So the right leg goes out to the side and the left leg is bent. Now reach up with your left arm. You can hold on to the chair in the back and exhale, bring the elbow to the inside of the knee. And then turn to your right. So this is Marichyasana 1. Really great pose for everybody. And this would be the prenatal version of it. Also, this is a good version during menstruation, so keep that in mind. So press the knee into the arm and then lift up, especially through the left side of the trunk. Spread the chest open, bring your right shoulder back. Keep your head a little bit back. So the head so often wants to jet forward, especially if you spend a lot of time on the screen at your desk, then the head sort of habitually jets forward, but it's not a good position for the neck. The neck will not be happy about that. So then take your head back, chin slightly up to bring the cervical spine in and twist. And release. Now the right leg comes up. The toes can point out a little bit, you see? The toes can point out. And then extend the left leg straight. If you find that the chair is bumping the back of the left leg and you're not able to straighten it, then add another blanket or sit on a block instead, okay? Reach out to the right arm. And also, if the right leg is not descending, then you can sit up higher. You can sit up on a block or a second blanket. Exhale, bring the elbow to the inside of the knee. Press the knee into the elbow. And the elbow into the knee and sit up very tall and twist. Turn the navel, turn the abdomen, turn the rib cage, turn the chest. Get very tall on the whole right side of the trunk. Level the shoulders, spread the left shoulder back. You can either hold on to the side of the chair or the back of the seat of the chair. So whatever works for you in terms of using the backhand for leverage to turn the trunk more. And release. Bring the legs down and do the first side again. This time, with this leg bent, now this time you could bring the leg, try to bring the leg up like this, do you see? So this leg is kind of like a swastikasana. Not quite like a Baddha Konasana. Baddha Konasana would be like this, but this is more like a swastikasana. Right? And it's helpful if you're sitting up on something, on a blanket or block. Reach up and exhale. Now twist again. So now, because you don't have the foot on the floor, then you might need to use your back arm more to turn yourself around. And also use the knee pressing into the arm to turn the rib cage more and more. Lengthen upward and spread the chest open from left to right. And release. Okay, come back. And now the right leg comes up into Marichyasana. The left leg comes up into kind of a half swastikasana. Or you can keep it down. If you find that it's distorting the hips or if there's any pain in the groin or the hip, then keep the foot down on the floor. All right, reach out to the right arm. Inhale, exhale, press the elbow into the knee into the elbow. Sit up very tall. Sit up very tall, but keep the Marichyasana buttock down. Not to let that lift off the blanket, but instead turn. Keep it down and use that as an anchor to turn. Use the left hand on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair to rotate the trunk more, and then also press the knee into the arm, and that will help to turn the rib cage more. Okay, and release. Left leg down. Now take the left leg into like a Janu Shirshasana. All right. So let's do this way. Turn the calf up, the sole of the foot up, pull it into the chair. If you want padding, then you can put a sticky mat underneath the blanket. Okay, and then this leg out to the side. So this is like a Janu Shirshasana position. All right, and let's do a little twist here. So for you, Lindsay, just put the hand on the front. Okay, so this might be too much of a rotation in terms of the uterus. So just put your hand in the front, Lindsay. But everyone else, you can hold on to your knee. You can hold on to your Janu Shirshasana knee and then turn the abdomen, reach to the opposite leg, and then come back around, and now try turning the other way. Bring the left arm across to the right thigh, hold on to the back of the chair with the other hand, and lift up, and then rotate to the right this time. Chest up, sternum up. And release. Come down, holding the back of the right thigh, turn the calf, and then turn the sole of the foot, the ankle. Place the foot on the seat of the chair. Extend out through the left leg. Sit up, start off sitting really tall. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. You can hold your knee or have the hand in front. Have a feeling of the right outer thigh plugging into the hip socket. So definitely the inner thigh, the right inner thigh has to lengthen toward the knee, but the outer thigh, pull it into the hip socket to get like a firm grip of the thigh into the socket, and then reach through the opposite leg. So turning the rib cage, turning the chest, and then come on back. Inhale, exhale. Now turn the other way. Take the hand across to the thigh. If you can reach the right hand to the outer left thigh, do that. Otherwise, you can hold on to the front of your chair. Spread the chest open, roll the shoulders. Make sure in all of these that the sternum is lengthening from bottom to top, so the head doesn't come forward, so the chest doesn't drop. But keep the lift of the chest in order to get the entire length of the spine. And release. Come back. Now, can you take your feet to the bar of the chair like this? So for Lindsay, I would say have something for your hands like this. Come forward, a table or a second chair. For the rest of you, see if you can come down to the floor. So reach out and then bring your hands down to the floor. You could also put blocks under your hands. So this is a malasana, right? This is a squat position, but during pregnancy, don't go all the way down. Stay in a concave back position. But others, you can come down. Use height if you need, like I said, and be in a concave back first. So just extend the trunk forward first. And then release down, release the head down. Bend the arms and have the elbows go down. So Lindsay will stay in the concave position, but everybody else can curl over. Make yourself very small and round and curved over. And then climb your way back up. So, Pashasana. Turn your blanket sideways. So let's all face this direction here. And I'm just going to give you I'm going to give you my back here, and then from here. So now, Lindsay, you'll do chair Bharadvajasana, okay? So you're gonna turn like this, all right? And then the rest of you'll bring your elbow to the outside of the knee and hold the chair like this. So you'll turn toward the back of your chair, hook your arm on the outside of the knee, hold your hand to the top of the chair. This is Pashasana. And then so you're twisting toward the back of the chair. Sit on the edge of the chair a little bit more. And then twist. So it's deep flexion and then twist. And then for Lindsay, just chair Bharadvajasana because you don't want to compress the abdomen at all. Lengthen the sternum from bottom to top, roll the shoulders back, head back. And release. Flip your blanket like a pancake, just like that. And then come around to the other side. Lindsay will lift up and twist. The rest of you reach up with for me it's the right arm. And then, but I'm not sure what side you're on. And then hook your elbow to the outside of the knee. You can hold on to the leg of the chair. And then the other hand on the top of the chair as you lengthen through the crown of the head and then twist. The head wants to kind of dip, but instead extend through the crown of the head so that the head remains in line with the spine. Keep working your arm lower and lower down. And push with your top hand to take your top shoulder back and rotate the trunk more and more. This is Pashasana. And then release. So, and then do chair Malasana one more time. This time keep your feet on the floor. Lindsay, you'll have your hands supported, knees wide, and then come down. Now, can you reach the back legs of the chair? If you can't reach the back legs of the chair, crisscross your arms like this and hold the front legs of the chair as you extend your head down. Lindsay will stay up on a concave position. Yeah, so there's no compression of the abdomen. Release your head. Okay. Good. And then come up. Okay. So for the final pose, I'll give you two choices, okay? So one is Chatush Padasana with a chair, and the other is Chair Sarvangasana. So Chatush Padasana with a chair goes like this. If you're able to get down on the floor, I'm holding on to the legs of the chair, and then when the feet are at the edge of the chair, I roll onto the tops of the shoulders, lift the hips higher and higher, and then come down. You can do that a few times, and then rest here. Or you could do classic chair Sarvangasana, which I know some of you love. So for chair Sarvangasana, it's helpful to do that wall, and then a bolster at the foot of the chair. Okay? So either one. Chair Sarvangasana, extend back. I bring the head down onto the floor, tuck the chin, I hold the back legs of the chair, and then extend out. All right, so if you're doing Chatush Padasana, you can repeat it a few times. Resting, taking a few breaths in between. At your own pace, coming up and down, spreading the chest open, lifting the buttocks. And after you've done it a few times, then you can rest. Rest in Shavasana with your shins on the chair. Sarvangasana, you could stay, you can stay as long as you want. I'm gonna end the meeting at 12:30, but you can be in Shavasana as long as you want. You can be in Chair Sarvangasana as long as you want. Okay. So these are all poses that can easily be done, sort of incorporated throughout the day. Maybe not Chair Sarvangasana, but all the other seated poses, easy to kind of insert during the course of the day, and keep your spine mobile, keep your hips supple, groin soft, and the mind quiet. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. I will end the meeting, but you can stay as long as you wish. Okay, take good care.